Stand up, please. Everyone, please stand up. Stand up. Good morning, everyone. My name is Owen, and you can call me Mr. Owen. Before we get back to the class, there are several questions for you guys. Are you ready? Let's go. So the first question is there any kinds of water condition that you have observed in your life? And please make an example of it. Any answers? T? Fog, that's right. Fog is kind of water condition. Any other else? Steam. Steam is kind of. So Susan says steam is kind of water condition. That's right. Any other answers? Timmy? Snow. That's right. But we have to go through. We have to travel through those mountains to see snow in Taiwan. Yeah, but snow is also a kind of water condition. So the second question is, actually there are three types of water condition in our lives. First of all, it is solid, and next is liquid, and last is gas. So please make example of it. So first part of it is solid. Examples? Timmy? Ice, that's right. Ice is kind of solid. And move on to the next part of it is liquid. Any examples? Tea? Steam, that's right. Steam is kind of liquid condition of water. And actually, we can observe solid and liquid type of water are on ice, but next part of it is gas condition of water, and we can't use our eyes to observe it. So the gas condition of water is part of our atmosphere. That's right. So we can observe by our eyes. Get it? Third part of it is, the third question is our water resources sustainable, and why? Please make an example. See? Our water resources is sustainable, that's right, and it is because we have a water cycle, that's right, perfect. And now we're going to figure out a picture of the water cycle. Now please turn to page 16 and look at me here, look at me. Look at the blackboard here. It is a picture of the water cycle, but before we get right into it, now I'm going to share an interesting story for you guys. You guys ready? Yesterday, my family and I decided to go on a trip to mountain to have a hike. But before the trip, it started raining. So we are depressed, and we think that maybe we have just simply have a bad day. But before we reach mountain, we saw that rain stops. So we enjoy the relaxing atmosphere and we just enjoy hiking. But before the evening, it started to rain again. So in order to prevent further damage or further danger, we decided to return home. Now hold on a second. So the question is, what is the start of the water cycle in my story? Any answers? Vivian? That is rainfall, that's right. So the start of my story is, first of all, it is rainfall. So the first step is rainfall. And after rainfall, those water becomes underwater because water goes through the ground, and some part of water become a part of sea or river. That's right. So the second step already get used to clean those devices, or as those plants have to absorb the water to make themselves alive. So water is quite useful. And the third step is the evaporation, because the hot temperature of it. So the third step is evaporation. Evaporation here. And after evaporated by the hot temperature, those water become water vapor. Water vapor. So it is the fourth step. It is water vapor. And compared to water vapor is lighter than those water or part of sea or river. So eventually water vapor will float in the air and rises to the sky. So the fifth step is to cool down, because higher altitude temperature will become lower eventually. So those water vapor has cooled down by the altitude. And the last part of it is those water vapor, after cool down, they regather as clouds here. Okay? Let's review the water cycle one more time. So the first step is to have rainfall. Second step is those rainfall eventually become water or part of sea or part of river. And because the water is quite useful, so we use it as to clean ourselves, or maybe those plants have to absorb water to make themselves alive. So the third step is evaporation. The evaporation here. After evaporated by the high temperature, those water become water vapor. Water vapor. And because water vapor is lighter compared to water, so it will float in the sky and rises into air. That means it will go down by altitude, and eventually they will become clouds. And those clouds accumulated as rain or snow, depends on what country you are. Get it? Now we have a small quiz of it. So the first step is rainfall. That's right. The second part of it is underwater or sea or river. That's right. The third part of it is evaporation. That's right. The fourth part of it is water vapor, because the water has evaporated by temperature and become water vapor. That's right. And the fifth part of it is cool down. It is because it cooled down by the altitude. And then next part of it is cloud, because water vapor will gather as cloud. That's right. Excellent. Now clap, please tap your hand for yourself. And now please close your book. The next class we're going to talk about climate changes and weather changes. And next class we're going to have a small quiz of it and also do some experiments of it. And after returning home, please recite and review it. And now you guys can have